Megalodon, aka The Meg, is now in theaters and stars Jason Statham in the lead role of a guy who has to save a crew from this Megalodon. I'm gonna stop that now. This is a film that, based on how many people I've talked to, have really been anticipating this film. And I was like, I don't know. I got mixed thoughts watching the trailer 1,000 times because they would always push it with every single film. So I went into it with very low expectations, which I know a lot of people are probably like, well, that's kind of what you've been doing with a lot of big blockbusters as of late. And it's like, I wonder why. This film is a standard issue story, straight out of a B movie, because that's what this film is. If you go into it expecting a B movie with a lot of cheesy dialogue and a first half that's overly serious and the second half that's just trying to give a bunch of shark weak fans a run for their money, you'll enjoy this film. Truly, you will. I personally thought this was meh. I enjoyed Jason Statham. Jason Statham is always an actor where I was like thinking in my mind, all his films are like the same. If you put a bunch of clips from movies he's done into one little YouTube video, you wouldn't be able to tell which film was which. That said, there are a handful where it's like you can tell, like The Italian Job or Spy, which was a recent film of his, and The Meg, obviously, because he doesn't really get that much, action scenes, so to say. He does, don't get me wrong, he does, but it's not like his other films. So I give him props for that, because he's one of those actors where he's more of a stuntman than an actual person who can act. Not saying he's bad per se, but I liked that he was in this role because I feel as though this is a role that would have gone to someone else that, was, kind of stereotyped into this role. But so to see Jason Statham in a role that wasn't as stereotypical, I liked that. The score was also very interesting. Didn't love it, but I thought that for what it was trying to go for, it worked. The homages to Jaws, although kind of heavy-handed, I liked it. I like when a film is kind of calling back to the film that, if it wasn't for that film, you wouldn't be having this film. So I like when a film does that. And of course it does that because Jaws is the grandfather of, shark movies, and it's the best one, in my opinion. But with all those many positives, I have to say I think the biggest flaw with this film is the fact that, as I said in the beginning, it is two different kind of films. You have the first half where they're taking everything really seriously. They are trying their darndest for you to take them seriously. And then the second half, it just kind of feels like a new director was taking on board and was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's make this a fun blockbuster of a film. And it's like, I don't know. I just feel as though this film didn't warrant that, where it's just two different type of films and it just didn't mesh together well. The characters are also very throwable. I mean, they're disposable, and that it's like the type of thing where you don't remember anyone but Jason Statham. And the only reason why you remember him is because, as I said, it's a role that isn't like his other films. The storytelling is very weak. The action is pretty dull, no bite, so to speak. But then again, all this stuff that I'm telling you, this is stuff that if you've seen any shark movies besides Jaws, you know to kind of expect that. You know that's the things that do happen in these kind of films. So I'm going to say, for genre fans and just people that just want a throwaway film that, won't make you think, you won't remember it like an hour later, see The Meg. For what it is and for what it's going for, it's not the worst thing that could have happened, but it's also not good, so to speak, and in my opinion, not a good blockbuster. So The Meg will be getting a 3 out of 5 star rating from me. For those that like a hot sauce grade, a red hot buffalo, for those that haven't seen the last couple of videos of mine, this basically means that, like Frank's Red Hot wing sauce, it's enjoyable, it's not memorable, and it's definitely not the best on the market, but it's the most mainstream and it's the flavor that everyone knows the most about. Kind of like The Meg. So, guys, what did you think of The Meg? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and as always, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and also, what's your favorite shark movie? Mine, of course, is Jaws, but, I've heard other people say, like, The Shallows, or, whatever. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and catch you guys later.